let's take a look at this tweet. Browns need to avoid wide receivers in the free agent market. Let's take a look at projected contracts. Jacoby Myers, 4 years, $60 million. A lot of people think he's headed back to the Patriots. Juju Smith-Schuster projected 3 years, $36 million. DJ Chark, 3 years, $35 million. And Alan Lazard, 3 years, $33 million. I would agree with none of those really pique my interest. They do need a guy that stretches the field vertically, horizontally, makes him defend the. What are your thoughts about a guy like Parris Campbell if it's 3 years, $6-7 million a year?
Parris Campbell I've always been intrigued with him coming out of Ohio State. I mean, when you're a Buckeye fan and you saw what he did at Ohio State, it's very impressive. And the Browns need that speed element. That's why the links to fans wanting DeAndre Hopkins, I think it's because he's a name, and that's what really stands out to people. Maybe not necessarily the fit he has as far as bringing that speed element. Parris Campbell would bring that. I mean, you kind of talked about his contract length being possibly about 3 years, $6 to $7 million. If you can get him there, I think that would be very favorable, especially if Andrew Berry likes to backload these contracts. Maybe he can structure it to where they have an out after the first or second year, because one thing with Parris Campbell, he struggles with those injury issues. So that's the one worry I have for me. I think he's going to end up returning to the Colts because outside of Michael Pittman Jr., they have Alec Pierce. That's really all they have in Indianapolis unless they draft another guy. So I think he's going to go back to Indianapolis, but I would love to bring him back to Cleveland. He'd be a great fit within the offense. Again, I just think it needs to be at a very favorable price point because something we've seen in the past, free agency, teams are going to overpay wide receivers. It happens every single year. And that's the biggest worry of why I want to stay away from this free agent class and address that need via trade or even in the draft.